Hello, this is Ruth Ann. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a combination video. I don't really have enough items to do two different videos for both an empties and a haul. I'm trying to buy fewer fragrances, which shouldn't come as a shock to anybody because anyone who has a perfume channel, we tend to accumulate just too much. It's just too much, and I'm trying to keep this in a not so unhinged hobby, right? I don't want to have so much that it becomes like I get accused of hoarding. And anyway, with that being said, I'm just going to get started. So I'm going to start with the haul and then move into the empties. So first up, now my last video, I did a video on all of the Elizabeth Taylor fragrances that I own. And since I made that video, I've acquired 3 more. And so I'm just going to cover those first. So first up, I have White Diamonds Legacy. Now, this was a viewer recommendation, and I thank you very much for this. So I have not looked these up on Fragrantica, but I have tested them. So I'm going to give you my first impressions. So this White Diamonds Legacy really, really strongly features neroli. So this is a very fresh fragrance. It's citrusy, and it's a lot like the regular original White Diamonds, I would say. It's like a citrus, a little bit more modern take on the original White Diamonds, which is an iconic fragrance, but it's also known as being an old lady or grandma or dated, however, whatever ism you want to put on it. This is definitely an updated version, probably to capture younger people. However, there are a lot of us older folks, I'm a grandma, I'm in my 50s, who appreciate a lot of these classic fragrances. And this is very beautiful. I would say I like it equally or maybe even a little better than the original White Diamonds. I only bought it in the smaller bottle because I don't remember now if it was that I had a hard time finding a bigger bottle or if it was because of the price. I don't remember, but this is very nice. And I like this size because it's one that I could take with me traveling and use up quickly. Next up, I have a tester bottle of White Love and White Diamonds. This also was a viewer recommendation. The evening that this arrived, I put it on my wrist and I loved it so much that I immediately went out and bought another one from the exact same eBay seller. These were each under $20 and absolutely gorgeous. So this is very similar to the White Diamonds Legacy, but this has more, the neroli is amped up a bit more, and it's powdery. And it's also very sultry. It's got a lot of WhiteMusk freshness in there. There's something about this that I found especially lovely and addicting. And when I sprayed it on my wrist, because it was evening, I was making dinner, and after I finished cooking and I did the dishes, I could still smell this. And this is really nice and strong and long lasting. For such an inexpensive fragrance, it impressed me so much, like I said, that I immediately bought another one. So I can't say, all right, I've worn it for a weekend, I've worn it an extensive amount of time, I can give you a really good review. I can't do that. I can still only give you the first impressions, but it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. The full-size bottle was quite expensive, I want to say. I mean, for an Elizabeth Taylor fragrance, it was over 30, somewhere between 30 and 50. Some of them were really off the chain with upwards of 100, which is ridiculous. But these little bottles were under 20 for testers. So I'm going to finish these 2 eventually and then decide if I want a full-size one. But I highly recommend this. It's absolutely gorgeous. And for a celebrity fragrance, really well, long-lasting. And then I got a good old classic. This is Diamonds and Sapphires. Now, this is my second bottle. I bought it as a gift set. It came with the lotion. I would say the lotion is, moderate quality. It does smell like Diamonds and Sapphires, but it's not really all that strong. For a quote-unquote perfumed body lotion, which is what it says right here, it's not very strong. I wouldn't buy this separate, but if it comes with it, I'll take it. And I'll probably just use this as a hand lotion. So the Diamonds and Sapphires, of course, is a classic. It does smell, I would say, more dated than regular White Diamonds does. This is a trilogy. White Diamonds came out first, and then came Sapphires, Emeralds, and Rubies and Sapphires. Of all of that collection, Rubies and Diamonds, I'm sorry. Rubies and Diamonds is my favorite, but the Diamonds and Sapphires is also very nice. The last time I wore this was on a vacation. It was a road trip vacation I took with my husband. And so I used up most of the bottle over the week's course of that road trip. It was during COVID, and we got super tired of the lockdown. We live in the northern US, and we were locked down hard. So we're like, hey, Florida's open. We could get in the car and be in Florida tomorrow. So in the middle of winter, we got in the car, we drove to Florida, and I took Diamonds and Sapphires with me. And even though down there the weather was quite nice, it still, this fragrance just brings back those memories for me, so it's kind of nostalgic. I really enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it. I'd say of all of the flankers of White Diamonds, this is the one I like the least, but I still really like it. So I definitely don't dislike it. I really do like it. It's got, I can't give you the notes because I haven't looked it up, but imagine if you had the original White Diamond, which is very citrusy with a lot of aldehydes and deep floral notes. This one is even darker, deeper. It's not a nighttime date fragrance, but it's definitely got a lot of those aldehydes, yellow florals, maybe purple florals mixed in there. That gives it that, what some people would call dated, which others of us would call classic, right? So it's definitely got a classic feeling for it. If you want a full-blown review of it with the notes, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do that for you, but I really do enjoy this fragrance. And that's it for the Elizabeth Taylor fragrances. And that's, oh, I have one more. No, I don't. That is it for the haul fragrances. Now I'm going to move on to empties, and I have several. So I'm going to move through them quickly. I'm going to get started first with a couple of perfume oils. I'm only showing these because I feel like it's an accomplishment, right, that I got through these, and I'm working really hard to get through my oils because I have so many. And because they're so inexpensive, I enjoy ordering them. So I want to order more. This is from Valerie's on Common Sense, and I purchased these on eBay. And this is Coconut Cupcake. And this is really a cute fragrance. I would say it's more cupcake than it is coconut. It's more like coconut and vanilla. Like if you had a vanilla cake with coconut sprinkled on top, that's what this smells like. And it's really, really nice. It layers beautifully with any lotion you have. And it lasts really long. I'd say 4 to 6 hours without being cloying. Really, really nice. This one is Halo's Essential Oils, and this is Black Love. I don't know anything about the notes on this, but it's slightly masculine. It's got kind of an aquatic, it almost goes over into masculine, but I would say it's more technically unisex, but a little more masculine than I'd like. It's a small 5 mil. I used it up in a couple days. It's okay. All right. I have one more perfume oil, but this one is probably a little better known to you. This is Body Shop WhiteMusk. This is an iconic fragrance. I believe it came out and it was really, really popular in the 90s. It still sells quite well. It's very nice. This is a clean white musk with soapy qualities to it. It's very, very pretty, layers with anything and everything. It's a really clean, fresh out of the shower, hot summer day, kind of a fragrance where you just want to feel fresh and soapy. It doesn't, I was going to say it doesn't last very long, but it's probably 3 to 4 hours, which is kind of average nowadays for anything. I expected more from it because of its popularity. I was a little disappointed. However, I do really like the bottle. So this unscrews and then you have an application wand. However, I got tired of this application wand because once you get down to the bottom, it doesn't reach. And that makes no sense, right? That just makes no sense. So I ended up when I wanted to wear this, I would take the wand out and just pour it. I would pour it on my skin and then rub it in. And that worked fine. And that worked quite well. So I was able to use this up. And there's a lot of other white musks you can get for a lot less cost. So I probably will not be repurchasing this, but I will repurpose the bottle. Next empty I have is this Paris Hilton fragrance. And I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's a tester. Heiress. This is Heiress. I'm sorry. This is very nice. It smells like a peach Bellini. It has a strong peach note. It's got a bit of a booziness. If you took champagne and peach nectar, which I think is what a peach Bellini is, there may be more ingredients in there, but that's primarily what it is. If you've ever been to a brunch and had that sort of a drink, it smells just like that. It's champagne, or peach flavored champagne. If you go and you get into a liquor store and you see those inexpensive fruit flavored sparkling wines, that's what this smells like. Not super good for lasting, but it's a really harmless, fresh, nice fragrance. It's like one of those, I can't imagine anyone not liking it, but you have to like peach. It's very pretty. Next up, I have another celebrity scent. This is Paris Hilton's Dazzle. I do not have a thing for Paris Hilton, by the way. She does have nice fragrances, in my opinion. But this is basically a patchouli heavy fragrance, and this is this is not the earthy, hippie type patchouli. This is more of the kind of patchouli that you find in YSL's opium, not opium, but black opium, or in Coco Mademoiselle. That kind of patchouli that's really aldehydic and goes right up your nose. I don't really know how else to describe it, but that's how I experience it. It's that kind of patchouli mixed with maraschino cherry. It's a very simple fragrance. It's very linear, but it's very pretty. This is my absolute favorite celebrity fragrance. And I think this is my 4th bottle that I've ever owned. And it's almost like a guilty pleasure of mine. And I'm not sure why I like it so much, but I really do. It's one of those things I can't explain. I could try to explain it, but how do you explain the things you like and the things you don't like? But I just absolutely am crazy about this fragrance. I recommended it once to another perfume channel. She doesn't make videos anymore, but I recommended it to her because she was on a cherry kick. And I said, look, there's this maraschino cherry fragrance that I think you might like. And she bought it and she included it in her next video. And she said, oh, this perfume is really boring. And thankfully, hopefully she didn't, hold that against me. But anyway, I don't find it boring. It is linear. It is simple. But it's really pretty. It's flirty. It's girly. And at this point now that I've gone through so many bottles, I feel like it's a bit nostalgic. So I can wear it for that reason alone. But I really like it. If you like maraschino cherry, I would recommend it because you can get those tester bottles, especially really inexpensive. Next up, this is by Charlotte Russe, and this one is called Royal Citron. This is a really pretty, fresh lemon fragrance. It smells like lemonade with musk, white musk. So it's very fresh, very clean, beautiful summer day, hot summer day, beachy kind of fragrance. There's nothing sand, ozone, beach scent to it, but it's the kind of fragrance that I would like to wear to a beach, or if I go on a holiday to a beach. You know what I'm saying? It's a very simple, again, very linear. I'd say it lasts a good 4 to 6 hours. Very inexpensive. 1 fluid ounce. I went through this in a weekend and I really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend that. And if I could find it for a good price, I would buy it again. Alfred Sung Shi. This is a quintessential stripped down version of a fresh fragrance. It features hyacinth, which is one of my absolute favorite floral notes. It's got a bit of a clean girl aesthetic. It's a bit soapy without going too far in the soap direction. It's got a bit of citrus. I would say first it is hyacinth. Second, it is citrus. Third, it is white musk. It's not super fresh. It's not at all aquatic, but I would say it's a bit watery and very nice. It lasts a really long time, 6+ hours. It's a very popular, well-known fragrance. I enjoyed it. By the time I got down to the end of the bottle, I was a little tired of it. Not sure I will repurchase because I have so many other things to use up, but I do recommend it, not only for the cost, but for its use in summer. And especially if you get the testers like this is, they're very inexpensive. Next up, I have another good summer fragrance. This one is Celebrity Fragrance again. This is Jennifer Lopez. So this is where you look on the bottle. It's Jennifer Lopez still. I don't know if you can see it because of the finish on the glass, but this is backwards. So you actually turn and you read it. You can't really, I'm not going to be able to pick that up on camera, but you actually read still Jennifer Lopez through this side of the glass. So anyway, this is a fresh summer, fresh out of the shower kind of a fragrance that features tea. And the tea note, I'd say, is the most prominent note. It's really classy, a very clean girl aesthetic, lasts really long. And the thing about this is that it projects. So I got several compliments on this, especially when I was in elevators. For some reason, when you're in a closed space and you have time and people don't really know what to say to you, they'll say, "Oh, what are you wearing?" So Jennifer Lopez still is a classic. You can still pick these bottles up really inexpensive. It's really, really a nice fragrance. I would say you could wear this in front of kings and queens and not be embarrassed. Very, very nice. And then I have one last one, and this is also a popular fragrance on YouTube. This again is a perfume oil. This is by Swiss Arabian. I'm trying to make it so you can see it here. Swiss Arabian Layali Rouge. This is a classic fruity floral. It does not smell the kind of the original, in my mind, the original fruity floral is Britney Spears' Fantasy. This does not smell like that. It smells like a very classy, I'd say fruity before floral, but there are a lot of floral notes in here which make it very smooth, very nice. This is not at all adolescent. This is not your child's play kind of fragrance. It lasts a really long time, and it's a pretty big bottle. It's got metal on the outside. There's nothing cheap about this bottle. It's nice and heavy. When you open it up, it's got one of these nice glass applicators. This isn't plastic, it's glass. And the crystal on top is also glass. I'm not sure because I can't see the bottle on the inside if this goes to the bottom, but it goes to the bottom or close. But when I get tired of these glass applicators, I tend, again, to just kind of dot it on my skin. Oh, look, a little bit of it came out. I still had a little bit left. And then I just pat it in. And that way you don't destroy the perfume molecules. I try not to rub, but pat. Anyway, this also I used for layering. And the way that now I'm really smelling that. It's absolutely gorgeous, you guys. This has a, what's the word I would use? Almost like a pulsating musk with these fruity notes, and the fruit in here to me seems to be mango, maybe mixed with raspberry, and it's really pretty. And I keep saying gorgeous, pretty, beautiful. I don't really know what else to say, but It's high quality, and it's worth way more than it costs. I have, I have 4 of these fragrances that come in this line that have the same bottles, but the color around the flower is different. I'm working on a flanker to this one that's got a pink, I can't remember the name of it, but it's pink around the edge. And then there's another one that I have in my cart that I haven't quite bought yet because these are so good. And the problem with them is they're tedious because you have to get the little dauber out of here. You got to put it on your skin. It goes on your skin, and then it has to dry down, and it just projects like crazy. Wearing these things are not child's play. Once they really warm up on your skin and they've dried down, they project. But they smell gorgeous. They're very girly, very ladylike, and really high quality. The problem, again, I keep trying to get it out, I'm not saying it, is that they last forever. It's like, am I ever going to get through this bottle? And I get to the point where I get tired of something and I want to use it up. And so I start to more pour it on myself after I've gotten out of the shower, and I use this before I apply lotion. And that way it kind of scents the lotion, and it calms down that pulsating projection, so it's a little more toned down, and I can use that as a scent that lasts all day. And usually when I apply this that way, I can still smell it. It's still going in the evening when I climb into bed. And then when I get into bed the next night, my sheets smell like this. That's how long this lasts. So highly recommend it. And that is the last bottle I have for you today. I'm expecting house guests tomorrow, and I needed to clear off my desk. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.